As data centres face growing energy demands, especially with the rise of AI workloads, it is crucial for operators to focus on sustainability and energy efficiency. We've got to keep these things running. To explore how Hyperview's DCIM tools are enabling this shift, I'm joined by Jad Jebara, founder and CEO of Hyperview. It's good to see you. Take us through a bit about AI workloads and how they are affecting data centre energy consumption.
Hey Mike, delighted to be with you and your audience. Thank you for having me. Well, AI is all the buzz right now.
Yeah.
Look at how the industry is growing and all the investments, and we see the announcements on a daily basis. If it's trillions of dollars coming out of Saudi Arabia or $500 billion out of the US and so on and so forth. And you see the impact of the building capacity and building data centers around the globe, how it's impacting the grid and the estimated consumption of power and other environmental aspects. So when you're looking at environmental aspects, you're looking at sustainability from three areas. The sustainability from enhancing the economic performance of the infrastructure, second, from reducing the environmental impact, and third, from enhancing social equity. And as you look at the massive investment of AI workloads and data centers, it impacts all levels. So the industry has been looking at how do we optimize the existing infrastructure that we have and meet the challenges of the moment. How do we look at the massive infrastructure that we implemented and make the right decisions where to invest and how does it impact the infrastructure. So AI has been causing the operators to reevaluate what tools they have to measure the infrastructure that they deployed, and second, looking at how to arm their employees with the right tools and the right information and the right orchestration layers. And that's where DCIM platforms, data center infrastructure management tools like ours, help operators. So specifically around measuring the right metrics and updating the archaic metrics or the legacy metrics that we used to look at the industry and measure the industry to really optimize where we invest and how we invest.
Yeah, okay. So what strategies are most effective in optimizing cooling and power asset utilization? I understand liquid cooling is becoming quite popular, but is there anything else you wanted to highlight?
Absolutely. So if you look traditionally, and I'll highlight some flaws in how the industry success has impacted how we invest and what kind of metrics that we need to look at. If you look at traditionally, Mike, how the industry operated, we operated very successfully under a REIT model, which is the real estate into investment trust. Basically, we built big data centers, we lease the power and capacity, and we say, well, we hit our ROI, let's go build another data center. But there's a problem with that. The problem the industry is starting to face right now is saying, well, we're running out of land, running out of grid capacity, and it's not enough just to look at optimizing the cooling and the compute utilization of the infrastructure. The question that we need to ask ourselves is, are we measuring the right metrics? So, for example, we talk in North America about PUE, power utilization effectiveness, which in layman terms, the power coming into the data center and what we use for IT. And the target is 1.1. On average, we're 1.56 PUE, power utilization effectiveness. That means that we have 40% of capacity stranded. But the missing metrics here is, are we using all the power that we were allocated? So I'll give you an example. If you have a 100 megawatt data center and you leased it to somebody and you want to go build another data center, you're taxing the grid, you're incurring environmental impact and so on and so forth, but you're not using the full 100 megawatts. So today, with the rapid advancements of AI and the requirement for capacity, other than looking at what technologies can go inside the data centers, we're starting to look at, are we using the infrastructure that we've built? Are we looking at the right metrics? Yesterday, I was looking at a report from the capacity in North America. We have 13.6 gigawatt of power. Right? Let that sink in, the massive amount. We're building 23 gigawatt of power. That's about $230 billion of investment that needs to go in. We have vacancy of 2.6. You hear those numbers and you think about yourselves, oh my God, we're running out of power and space, we need to build more. But the reality of the matter, we're running at 40% utilization in an inefficient manner. Our PUE is 1.56. And the second metrics we're not looking at is we're looking at it from a real estate and contractual terms, not are we using the capacity that we've built. So the industry right now, where tools like ourselves, where we focus the operators on beyond the PUE and water utilization effectiveness and the carbon utilization effectiveness, we ask companies to start looking at the PCE, power capacity effectiveness. Basically, look at the IT workload, IT energy, divided by the design value of a facility. And that is a metrics that more and more regulators are starting to look at and operators are starting to look at and saying, we built so much capacity and we're rushing to build more,
Yeah.
but we're not utilizing the capacity that we've built. So in addition to the technologies that we're building to jam more stuff inside data centers, we're also starting to look at, have we actually utilized effectively and efficiently the capacity that we've built? Should we revisit the way we make money out of the data centers, not treat it as a real estate asset, but more like an IT asset where overcapacity and oversubscription is the right model to operate? So
Jad,
power capacity effectiveness
Jad, I'm so sorry to
is
jump in, but why are metrics like PUE and PCE so essential in improving this energy efficiency? If we can jump ahead a little bit.
So PUE and PCE, it is a metrics that, or these are metrics that are used to measure the effectiveness of how you're utilizing the power that you're getting. So you want to get to the most amount of efficiency and effectiveness for the power to enhance the reduce the environmental impact and make sure that you're utilizing the resources that you're getting. So, but it measures two different things, right? PUE is saying the power you're getting, you're using it effectively and you're not wasting power on cooling and other aspects in an efficient manner. So that's good from an environmental perspective. PCE looks at it from, are you living up to your potential? If you allocated 100 megawatts from the grid, are you actually using that 100 megawatt, or you're selling the 100 megawatt and you're using 10 and you're going to invest and build another and requires more investment in grids and environmental and capital investment.
Absolutely. I'm curious to know if people want to find out more about this topic, and it's not going anywhere fast. Take us through a little bit more about where the best place to connect with you and the team is, and perhaps get some more insights into this space and what we need to be doing.
Absolutely. So to get a hold of me is easy. Go to our website, hyperviewhq.com, and LinkedIn is one of the best ways to get a hold of me. Other areas where you can learn about these things, the iMasons and the Climate Accord, where they discuss the metrics and the green zones areas and other aspects, how to enhance the sustainability of our infrastructure.
Wonderful stuff from you. And as I said, this is a topic that is only going to become more and more relevant. So I appreciate you bringing it to Ticker today.
Indeed. Thank you so much for having me, and have a good day.